Enabled on. Vertical list. 5 of 6. Empty. R1 button.
Hello,
Upgrade to Digital
everyone.
Deluxe. Cross button. Select.
I am going to be going through the accessibility features on Spider-Man 2 that a blind or visually impaired person might need. So I have my cursor on a new game. I have 5
Select
others.
slots. New game. 5. Screen reader enabled. On. Vertical
This
list.
is the only
5
empty
of
one.
6. Empty. R1 button.
So
Upgrade to
I'm
Digital
gonna
Deluxe. Cross button.
push X
Select.
on the new game.
Select challenge level. Amazing. Vertical list. 3 of
I'll go
5.
over these.
Friendly neighborhood. Vertical list. 1 of 5. This setting is for players who want minimal combat challenge. You cannot be knocked out in combat. Enemies. Aggressiveness. 20%. Damage. 20%. Health. 30%. R1 button. Upgrade to Digital Deluxe. Cross button. Select. Circle button. Back. Friendly. Vertical list. 2 of 5. This setting is for players who want to enjoy the story. Enemies. Aggressiveness. 40%. Damage. 30%. Health. 40%. R1 button. Upgrade to Digital Deluxe. Cross button. Amazing. Vertical list. 3 of 5. This setting is for players who like a balanced combat experience. Enemies. Aggressiveness. 50%. Damage. 50%. Health. 50%. R1 button. Up. Spectacular. Vertical list. 4 of 5. This setting is for players who enjoy more difficult combat. Enemies will be stronger and more aggressive. Enemies. Aggressiveness. 60%. Damage. 70%. Health. 70%. R1 button. Ultimate. Vertical list. 5 of 5. This setting is for expert players who enjoy a brutally difficult experience. Enemies. Aggressiveness. 70%. Damage. 90%. Health. 80%. R1 button. Upgrade to Digital Deluxe. Cross button. Select.
So when I
Circle
first
button.
started
Back.
out,
Amazing.
I
Vertical
started
list.
in the
3.
middle.
Before you start. New game. Vertical list.
So there's
1
new
of
game,
previously on. Vertical list.
a
2
recap,
of all settings. Vertical list.
and all
Apply pre-order
settings.
bonuses. Vertical list.
Pre-order
4
bonuses
of 4.
if you
Selector.
pre-ordered
Yes.
the
New
game.
game. Vertical list. Previously all settings.
So we'll
Vertical
go
list.
to all
3
settings.
Gameplay. Vertical list. 1 of 10.
And what I
This
do
menu contains
first
controls.
is go
Vertical
to
controls
controls.
settings. Invert vibration
I don't need
adaptive
any of
triggers.
these.
Vertical
Well, I guess I should.
invert control motion sensor calibration. Invert controls. Vertical list. 1 of 22. Expandable menu. Expanded. Include settings to
this
invert
is
look
a
controls
heading.
and web wing controls. L2 button. Invert look control. Vertical list. 2 of 22. Selector. Off. 1 of 4. Default camera controls. Right stick up. Look. Invert web wings control. Vertical list. 3 of 22. Selector. Y-axis. 2 of 4. Web wings controls have up/down. Y-axis. Inverted. Left stick up, glides down, left stick down, glides up, left stick left, turns left, left stick right, turns right, L2 button, previous section, Art, X-axis,
So then you
3
could do
of
this.
4, web wings controls with left/right, X-axis, inverted, left stick up, glides up, left stick down, glides
So
down,
that way
left
it's
stick
normal.
left, turns right, left stick right, turns left, L2 button, previous, invert both, 4 of 4, web wings controls with
What does
both
this
axes
do?
inverted. Left stick up, glides down, left stick down, glides up, left stick left, turns right, left stick right,
Oh
turns
God,
left, L2
that's
button,
confusing
previous
as
section,
hell.
off, 1 of 4.
And
Web
then
wings
off.
controls are similar to default movement controls. Left stick up, glides up, left stick down, glides down, left stick left, turns left, left stick right, turns right, L2 button, previous, Y-axis, 2 of
So
4.
then you can
Web wings,
mess with
vibration,
that.
vertical list, 4 of
Mess with the
22. Expandable
vibration.
vibration setting, vertical list, 5 of 22. Selector, experiential,
Honestly, you'll
1
want
of
experiential.
3. Functional, 2
Functional
of 3. Only vibration
sucks.
set, none, 3 of 3. Experiential,
Experiential
1 of
gives you
3.
all the cool
vibration intensity,
DualSense
vertical
vibrations.
list, 6 of 22. Adaptive triggers, vertical list, 7. Repeated button presses, vertical list, 8 of 22. Selector, taps, 1 of continuous dodge, vertical list, 9
So
of 22.
basically-
Selector, off, 1 of 2. When
What's
enabled,
this do?
hold, circle button, to continuously dodge, L2 button, previous
Oh.
sec, web shooter burst, vertical list, 10 of 22. Selector, off, 1 of 2. Enable firing up to 3 webs at once, allowing regular enemies and gear puzzles to be webbed up with a single button press, L2 button, toggles, vertical list, 11 of aim mode, vertical list, 12
So
of
if you want
22.
these
Selector,
toggled,
hold,
you can
1
do
of
that.
swing/parkour mode, vertical list, 13 of 22. Selector, hold, 1 of 2. Sets swinging and parkour actions as either toggled on/off or on a button hold. The air trick mode, vertical list, web wings mode, vertical list,
So
15
this,
of 22.
I
Selector, toggle,
switch
2
to
of 2. Hold,
hold.
1 of 2. Turn on web wings on by holding R2 button and tapping triangle button. Dot release R2 button to turn
'Cause
off
if I
L2 button.
don't,
Previous section R2 button. Next
then
section
if I'm
left right directional
just
buttons
pushing
choice.
triangle,
Adjust
web
square button.
wings will
Reset to
happen.
default settings. Controls.
now,
vertical lip camera. Audio.
I go
subtitles and
to
visual. UI. Accessibility. Vertical
Accessibility.
list. Accessibility.
And listen
Hearing
how many
preset. Vertical
options
list.
there are.
1 of 94. Selector. Off.
94.
1 of 2. Motion
So-
motor vision preset. Vertical list. 4
Vision
of
preset
94. Selector off. 1
is
of
off.
2. The vision accessibility preset adjusts the following settings: enables auto heal, screen reader, audio description, QTE autocomplete, narrated ASL, enhanced auto aim, look at waypoint, and chase assist. Vibration mode, functional icon and prompt size. Largest all contrast options are enabled. L2 button. Previous section. R2
Now,
button.
I
Next
don't
section.
need all
Game
those,
speed.
which is
Vertical
why
list.
it's
5
off.
of 94. Selector 100%. 4
You can
of
mess
4.
with the game
Adjust the game speed
speed.
for all gameplay. Does not affect audio or cinematics. To toggle game speed adjustment on/off during gameplay, set to A. Left directional button or right directional button. Shortcut. L2 button. Previous
get to
section.
the
R2
shortcuts
button.
later.
Chase assist. Vertical list. 6
Chase
of
assist,
94.
you're definitely
Selector
gonna
off.
want
1
that
of
on.
2. Chase targets have a lower top movement speed, allowing for longer windows of time before the target escapes. Automatically attached to the chase target's vehicle when in range. Press R3 on. 2 of 2.
So you
Chase
want
targets
that
have a lower
on.
top movement speed, allowing for longer windows of time before the target escapes. Automatically attached to the chase target's vehicle when in range. Press simplify puzzles. Vertical list 7 of 94. Selector
this
off.
game,
1 of
you
2. This
don't
option
really
reduces
need
complexity of
that.
EMF experiment puzzles, allowing them to be completed with fewer steps. This includes pre-placing some attribute
Because
pieces or removing a few molecule corruptions at puzzle
you
start.
can
L2
just
button.
skip
Preview
them,
on. 2
but if you
of
want,
2.
you
This
can just
option
turn
reduces
them on.
complexity. Dodge/parry timing. Vertical list 8 of 94. Selector default 1 of 2. Increase the amount of time available to successfully dodge and parry enemy attacks. L2 button. Previous section. R2
Especially
button.
if you're
Next
first
section.
learning,
Increased 2 of
you might
2.
want to
Increase
turn
the
that
amount of
on
time
until
available
you
to
get the
successfully
hang of
dodge
it.
and parry enemy attacks. L2 button. Previous sec. Enhanced auto aim. Vertical list 9 of 94. Selector off. 1 of 2. Makes it easier to snap onto targets when activating aim mode. L2 button. Previous sec. On. 2 of 2. Makes it easier to snap onto targets when activating aim mode. L2 button. Previous section. R2 button.
personally-
Next
wait.
section. Left right directional buttons choice. Adjust. Square button.
Okay,
Reset to
call me
default. Triangle
crazy, but
button.
I
Reset all
didn't
to
know
default.
that
Circle
was a
button.
thing.
Back.
I just skipped right over it. I will have to play with that.
Accessibility. Enhanced auto
Okay.
aim. Vertical QTE autocomplete. Vertical list.
Now
2
this-
of 94. Selector on. 2
If you
of
want
2.
it
When
on,
off. 1 of
go
2.
ahead,
When
but
enabled,
I
all
like
quick time
it
event,
off
QTE, and carnival game
because
sequences will
the
automatically
screen
advance without
reader
required time
reads
button
what
presses.
to do, so
L2
I
button.
can do them
Previous section.
independently
R2
now.
button. Next
But
section.
that's
Left right
personal
directional buttons
preference. If
choice.
you want 'em
Adjust.
on,
Triangle button. Reset all to default.
keep them
Circle
on.
button.
If you don't,
Back.
turn them off. Like, if you want to do the QTEs independently,
Accessibility. QTE
you can
autocomplete.
keep 'em
Vertical auto heal. Vertical list 11 of 94. Selector off. 1 of 4. When enabled, if a full focus bar is available, use it to automatically heal when under the specified amount of health. L2 button. Previous section.
you can
R2
do it.
10%. 2 of 4. When enabled, if a full focus bar is available, use it to automatically heal when under the specified amount of health. Up 30%. 3 of 4.
You can
when
heal
enabled,
up to
if a full focus bar
30%,
is available. 50%. 4 of
50%.
4. When enabled, if a full focus bar is available, use it off. 1 of
That
4.
might
When
be
enabled,
good for
if a full
people who
focus bar is
don't know
available,
the
use
sound
it to
of a full
automatically heal
focus
when
bar
under the
yet.
slow corner time scale. Vertical list 12 of
This-
94. Selector off. 1 of 2.
I don't
Slow game
need-
speed during corner transitions, maintaining a consistent visual speed during traversal to reduce disorientation when whipping around a corner at high speeds. L2 button. Swing steering assistance. Vertical list 13 of
That
94.
doesn't help
Slider 10. Adjust the amount of
anything.
assistance added to web swinging. Higher values
It
allow
just-
for easier web swinging, while lower values reduce the amount of assistance and causes physics to have a greater effect on web lines while swinging. L2 button.
Yeah,
Previous
if you
section.
want
R2 button.
physics-based
Next
web
section.
swinging,
Left right
turn that
directional
down.
buttons. Vibration setting. Vertical list 14 of 94. Selector. Experiential 1 of vibration intensity. Vertical adaptive triggers. Vertical invert look control. Vertical repeated button presses. Continuous dodge. Vertical list 19
There's that
of
one again.
swing/parkour mode. Vertical aim
And
mode.
that
Vertical
one,
list
and that
melee
one.
mode. Vertical list 22 of
And that
94.
one.
Selector single 1 UI holds. Vertical list 23 of 94. Touchpad in combat. Vertical web shooter burst. Vertical list 25 of 94.
That is
Selector
personal
off. 1
preference.
of 2. Enable firing up to 3 webs at once, allowing regular enemies and gear puzzles to be webbed up with a single button press. L2 button. Previous section.
personally
R2 button.
don't
Next
use
section.
that,
Left right directional buttons
but
choice. Adjust.
that's,
Triangle
again,
button.
personal
Reset all to
preference.
invert web wings control. Vertical list 20 air trick
We
mode.
looked at
Vertical
that.
list 27 of 94. Selector. Hold 1 of 3. Air trick input. Square button. Must be held in order to continue performing air tricks while swinging. L2 button. Motion sensor aiming. Vertical list. 20. Motion sensors.
That
Motion
doesn't
sensor cap. Look at
apply.
waypoint. Vertical list.
Now
31
this you
of. On
need.
scan. 2 of 2. Automatically turns the camera towards the objective waypoint on scan. L2 button.
Yes.
Previous section. R2
That's
button.
the
Next
navigation
section.
assist.
Left camera follow. Vertical list.
Camera
32
follow,
of
I
94. Selector
don't
on.
turn
1
on.
of 3. Automatically rotate camera behind Spider-Man while swinging or running. L2 button. Previous fast. 2 of 3. The camera rotates more aggressively to face the direction of travel when swinging or running. L2 button. Previous off. 3 of 3. The camera does not automatically rotate behind Spider-Man when moving. L2 button. Previous section.
I don't
R2
feel
button.
like
Next
that's
section. Left right
necessary.
directional.
You
Look at
mostly
waypoint.
just
Vertical
need
list.
to look at
31
waypoint.
of 94.
Unless
Selector
you're
on
visually
scan.
impaired
2 of 2.
and you do
Automatically
need to
camera
look
follow.
at the
Vertical
camera.
combat camera. Vertical list. 33 of 94. Selector on. 2 of 2. Automatically rotates the camera to assist with keeping enemies in view. L2 button. Previous
Yes,
section.
you
R2
should
button.
keep that
Next section.
on.
Full screen effects. Vertical list. 34 of 94. Selector on. 2 of 2. When turned off, damage vignettes, intense flashing effects, and effects that impact the entire screen will be removed. L2 button. Aim arc color. Vertical list. 35
These are all
of
color
94.
things.
Grid option. None. Sets the color. Target arc color. Vertical list. Camera shake. Vertical list. 37 of 94. Selector on. 2 of 2. Turns camera shake during gameplay on or off. L2 button. Motion blur. Vertical list. 30. Center dot. Vertical list. Center dot color. Vertical depth of field. Vertical chromatic aberration. Vertical list.
So
Film
these
grain.
are for
vertical list.
if
40.
anybody
UI
is
parallaxing.
visually
Vertical
impaired
list. 44
and
of
needs
94.
some
Selector on. 2
color
of 2. Look
modifiers.
sensitivity. Vertical list. Web line bending. Vertical aim sensitivity. Vertical swing camera motion. Vertical narrated ASL. Vertical list.
Now
49
this you
of
want on
94. Selector
because
off.
there
1 on
is
2 of
sign
2.
language
Enable
in the
narration of
game.
sub screen reader enabled. Vertical list.
Of
50
course you
of
need that.
94. Selector on 2. Screen reader volume. Vertical list. 51
Now this you
of
can turn
98.
the
6
volume
3. Adjust
down,
the volume of the screen. 2. Adjust
which
the volume
I
of the
might,
screen reader. L2 button.
mm,
3. 5. Adjust
I'll
the
put
volume
it
of
at
the screen
5
reader.
so I
L2
can
button. Previous
speak
section.
and hopefully
R2
you
button.
can hear
Next
me
section.
better.
Repeat delay time.
So
Vertical list.
this
52 of 94. Slider 4. Set the amount of time in seconds before the current set of entries will be repeated on idle. L2 button. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Set the amount
you
of
can
time
go up
in
to
seconds
15
before the current
seconds.
set of entries will be repeated on idle. L2 button. Previous section. R2
So
button. Next section.
it would
Left right directional buttons
talk
choice.
every
Adjust.
15
Square.
seconds.
Repeat delay scale. Vertical
But if
list.
I
53
turn
of
this on,
94. Selector on 2 of 2. If enabled, each time the highlighted entry is repeated on idle it will double up to a maximum of 60 seconds. L2 button. Previous
so
section.
that
R2
means
button.
each
Next
time
section.
a
Left right
prompt
directional
is
buttons choice.
repeated,
Adjust. Triangle button. Reset all
it
to default.
will
Circle button. Back.
get longer and longer until it reaches a minute. Then every minute it will repeat itself instead of every 15 seconds, which is nice because I don't know about you, but I don't want to hear the same, like when I
Accessibility.
pause,
Repeat delay scale.
I
Vertical
don't want to
list.
hear the
53
same
of
thing
94.
every 15
Selector on.
seconds.
Voice boost. Vertical list. 54
This,
of 94. Selector off. 1 of 2. When enabled, dialogue in the game is turned up to be more audible. While characters are speaking, it adjusts other sounds, so the dialogue is clearer. L2 button. Previous section. R2 button.
I
Next
don't
section.
feel that
Left
that
right
is
directional buttons
necessary,
choice.
but
Adjust.
if you
Triangle
feel you
button.
need it,
Reset all
feel
to
free to
default.
turn
Circle
it
button.
on.
Audio descriptions enabled. Vertical
Of
list.
course you need
55
that.
of 94. Selector off. 1 on. Audio descriptions volume. Vertical list. 56 of
10.
Mono audio. Vertical list. 57
course not.
High frequency cutoff. Vertical list. Notch frequency filter.
Those are
vertical
for
list.
people
Notch
who
frequency
are
filter.
sensitive to
Low frequency
sound.
cutoff. A POI audio indicator. Vertical
Now
list.
this,
62
a lot of
of
people don't
94.
know
Selector.
about.
On.
You
2
need
of
this.
2. Enable spatialized sound effects for POIs from your audio output device. Custom waypoints are prioritized, but if none is selected it prioritizes main story POIs. Volume is controlled by the UI volume slider. L2 button. Previous section.
Yes.
R2 button. Next. Subtitles. Vertical list. 63
So now
of 94.
you get to the
subtitle color. Subtitle captions.
And
Caption side. Caption color.
captions.
Caption back. Caption back. In world text. Emphasis text color. In world text translation. Emphasis text color. Icon and prompt size. High contrast outline. High contrast outline. High contrast preset. Hero shader. Vertical list. 80. Ally shader. Vertical list. NPC shader. Vertical
And
list.
then you can
82
have them
of
have different
94.
shades
Grid
if
option.
you have
Enemy
some
shader.
vision.
Vertical list. Basic enemy shader. Range enemy shader. Advanced enemy shader. Menace enemy shader. Boss shader. Vertical. Story critical shader. Vertical. Combat interactable shader. Vertical. Collectible shader. Vertical list. High contrast background. Vertical. High contrast spider sense. Vertical list. High contrast perfect dodge. Hearing preset. Vertical list. 1 of
And we're
94.
done.
Selector. Settings.
So
Accessibility.
those
Vertical
are
list,
the
8 of
accessibility
10. This menu
features
contains
that
options from the
I
various other
use
menus
being
organized for
completely
accessibility.
blind.
Cross button. Shortcut 1. Vertical list.
And
9
this-
of 10. None. Left directional button. Choose an action to map to the first shortcut slot. Cross button. Select. Circle button. Back.
So you
Shortcut
push
select.
X
None.
here.
Open F and launch photo. Toggle.
And
Toggle. Screen
then
game speed.
you
Screen reader
push
status.
screen
Vertical
reader.
list. 6 of 26. When screen reader is enabled, press to play a readout of your HUD status in and out of combat. Press again to skip through the readout to the next category. L2 button. Previous section. R2 button. Screen reader status. Left directional button.
So
Choose
what
an
that
action to map to the
does,
first
like it
shortcut slot.
said-
Cross button. Select. Circle button. Back.
It reads your HUD, your heads up display. So it'll tell you your health, your how many focus bars you have, what abilities are ready, what gadgets are ready, and
Settings. Shortcut
where
1.
you're
Vertical
going
list.
if
9
you're
of
swinging
10.
somewhere,
Screen reader status. Left
how
directional
many
button.
meters
Choose an
away
action to map
that
to the first
is,
shortcut slot. Cross button. Select. Circle button.
and
Back.
who you are, which I hope you would know that, but it says it anyway. Either Peter or Miles, or sometimes it will say you are Spider-Bot because you play as their Spider-Bots sometimes. But I think that is it for the settings. Now I will tell you.
UI. Visual. UI.
Let me
Vertical
look
list.
at this.
UI settings. Hence. Vertical list. 1 of 15. Expandable menu. Expanded. Adjust setting. Control hands. Vertical list. 2 of 15. Selector. On. 2. Explicit puzzle hands. Vertical list. 3 of 15. Selector.
So
Off.
these are
Show
just a
tutorials.
bunch of
Vertical
hints
list.
and
4
tutorials.
of mini map. Vertical list. 5 of
The
15.
mini map is
Selector.
not
On.
effective
2
for
of
me,
lock mini map
but
north. Vertical list. UI parallaxing. Vertical list.
What does
7
this
of
mean?
15. Selector.
This
On.
is also
2
me
of
just
2.
exploring
When
the
turned off,
settings.
Heads up display. HUD. Elements will stay in place on screen. L2 button. Previous mission waypoint display. Vertical list. 8 of 15. Selector. Always show. 1 of 3.
Yes.
Mission waypoint icons are always shown. L2 button. Emphasis text color. Vertical list. Icon and prompt size. Notifications. Vertical list. Crime notifications. Air trick notifications. App activity notification. Hide HUD. Vertical list. Hence. Vertical
We don't
list.
want that.
Settings. Accessibility. Shortcut.
So-
visual. Subtype. Audio. Vertical list.
If
4
you
of
just
10.
want
This
audio
Volume.
settings,
Vertical list. 1 of 36.
you
Global
can
volume.
adjust
Vertical list.
the
2
volume of the
36.
game.
9 8 6 5 4 3 2 1. Adjust
See?
over-
Whoa, who would want to play a silent game? That would be a fun challenge.
2. Adjust
Having the
overall
game
volume
just
of
like
game.
this,
Adjust the overall volume of
trying to
game.
play,
Previous section.
that would be terrifying.
8 9 10. Adjust the overall music volume.
And you can
Vertical
turn
list.
the
3
music
of
down.
9 8 5 3 2 1 0. Adjust the volume of the game's music. L2 button. Previous section.
personally
R2 button.
don't
Next
like
section.
playing
Left right
without
directional buttons
music,
choice. Adjust. Square button.
but
Reset to default. Triangle button. Reset all to default. Circle button. Back.
sometimes it does help. Like, there's gonna be a point later in the game where you collect spider bots around the city, and I will turn the music all the way down so I can hear where they are, because you can hear
Audio
them.
settings. Music 1 2 3 5 6 8
Turn
9
the
10.
music
Adjust
back
the
up.
speech volume. Vertical list.
Speech
4 of
volume,
36.
I think
Slider.
that's
10.
just for
Adjust
the
9. Adjust
characters,
the 10. Adjust
yeah.
UI volume. Vertical list. 5 of 36. Slider. 10. Adjust the volume of UI and HUD sound effects. L2 button. Previous
So that
section.
would be
R2
the
button.
point of
Next
interest
section.
audio
Left right directional
ping.
sound effects volume. Vertical list.
That's the
6
sound
of
effects in the
audio
game.
output. Vertical list. 7. Audio output device. Midnight mode. Vertical list. 3D audio. Mono audio. Wireless controller speaker. Vertical list. 12
And you can
of 36.
change the
Expandable
volume
menu.
in your
Expanded.
controller
Include settings for
speaker
turning off the
if you're
controller
not
speaker.
wearing
Controller
headphones.
Controller speaker mode. Vertical list. 13 of 36. Selector.
You can also
Experiential.
turn
1 of 3.
that.
Plays immersive sounds through the controller speaker. L2 button. Previous.
Yes.
Functional. 2 of 3. Only play critical gameplay sounds through the controller speaker. L2 off. 3 of 3. Disable sounds from playing through the controller speaker. speaker. L2 button.
Honestly, I
Previous
would
section.
not turn
R2
that
button.
off,
Experiential.
because
1
if you're not
of
wearing
3. Plays
headphones,
immersive sounds through the controller
it's
speaker. L2 button. Previous
awesome.
set. Controller speaker volume. Vertical list. 14 of
You
36.
can turn that
Slider.
up or
10.
down.
Adjust the
Mine
volume
is
of the
at
sounds
10
that play through
because
the controller.
yes.
Screen reader. Vertical list.
And then
15
here's the
of
screen reader
36. Screen
in the
reader.
audio.
Screen repeat delay. Audio
And
descriptions.
here's
Vertical
the audio
list. 20.
descriptions.
Audio narrated voice boost. Vertical list.
Narrated
ASL.
ASL.
Voice podcast. JJJ podcast.
Okay,
Podcasts.
here's
Vertical
the
list. 25
podcasts.
of 36.
So you can
Expandable
choose to
menu.
turn
JJJ podcast. Vertical list. 26
Jonah
of
off
30. Danica podcast.
or Danica
Vertical
off,
list. 27
which
of
I
36.
always turn
Selector.
Danica
On.
off because
2
Jonah's
of
my
2. Turn
favorite.
music. Vertical list. 28 of 36.
And
Expandable menu. Expanded.
the
Streaming
music.
mode. Vertical list.
Streaming
29 of
mode
36.
is
Selector. Off. 1 of 2. Mutes licensed music when turned on. L2 button. Previous
that's
section.
good
R2
for
button.
when
Next
people are
section.
streaming,
Left right
like I
directional.
do.
Open world music. Vertical list. 30
Open
of
world music,
36.
you can
Selector.
choose.
On. 2 of 2. Turn on slash
Oh,
off music
yeah,
that plays in the
that's
open
turning
world
it
while
on
exploring the city.
or
L2
off.
button. Frequency controls. Vertical list.
Okay.
31 of 36. Expandable. High frequency cutoff. Notch
And then
notch
there's
frequency. Low
those.
frequency. POI. Volume. Vertical
And
list.
then
1 of 36.
so basically,
Expandable
if you
menu.
want to
Expanded.
find
Include
the
settings to adjust
audio
various volumes throughout the
features,
game. L2 button.
just go
Previous
to the
section.
audio
R2 button.
menu
Next
because
section.
there's
Cross button.
so much
Collapse.
less
Square button.
things to go
POI
through.
audio indicator. Vertical
And there it
list.
is,
36
at the very
of
bottom.
36. Volume. Settings. Audio.
And
Camera.
then
Vertical controls. Gameplay.
if
Vertical
you want
shortcut 2.
the
Gameplay. Vertical list. Gameplay
accessibility,
settings. Challenge level. Challenge. Enemy help. Enemy death. Stealth. Simplify. Dodge slash. Chase assist. Game speed. Chase assist.
there's chase
Vertical list.
assist in
8 of
gameplay,
game speed. Enhanced QTE autocomplete. Vertical list.
QTE
11
autocomplete
of
in
70
gameplay,
auto heal. Vertical list.
auto
12
heal in
of swing
gameplay.
assists. Swing steering assist. Slow corner times. Web line bending. Fall damage. Challenge level. Fall damage.
There's also
Vertical
fall
list.
damage
17
if you
of
want to turn
17.
that on
Selector.
for some
Off.
extra
1
fun.
of 2. When enabled, take damage when falling from great heights. L2 button. Previous challenge level.
It's very
Vertical
fun to
list.
listen
1.
to.
Settings. Controls. Camera.
And we
Vertical
already
list.
looked at
Camera
controls,
settings. Camera
and then
sensitivity.
camera.
Vertical. Look sensitive. Aim sensitive. Camera shake. Swing camera. Camera follow. Combat cam. Look at waypoint. Vertical list.
There's
8
look at
of
waypoint.
8. Selector. On scan. 2
So
of
really,
2.
if you
Automatically turns the
don't
camera
want to
towards the
go
objective
through
range.
all
Settings. Camera.
the
Vertical list. 3 of
accessibility,
10. This menu contains
you can
options for
go
modifying cameras such
into
as sensitivity, shake, controls, gameplay, vertical lift.
Gameplay
1 of 10. This menu
for
contains options for modifying overall gameplay settings such as challenge level, dodge slash parry timing,
Chase assist.
enhanced auto aim, QTE autocomplete, game speed, and swing assists. Cross button.
Yeah,
Select.
that.
Circle button. Back. Controls. Vertical list.
And
2 of
controls
10.
for the
This
web
menu
wings
contains options
mode.
for camera. Vertical list.
Camera
3
for
of
look at
10. This
waypoint.
audio. Vertical
And
list.
audio
4
for
of 10. This menu
just
contains
audio
options for adjusting
descriptions.
volumes, music, output, controller speaker,
Music
screen
if
reader,
you
audio
want it.
descriptions, podcasts, narrated
Yeah.
ASL, and audio frequency controls.
It's reading
Cross
it.
button. Select subtitles and captions. Visual. Vertical
And then
list.
there's
6
that.
UI. Vertical accessibility. Shortcut 1.
And
Vertical
the
list. Shortcut
shortcuts.
2. Vertical list.
And then if
10
you
of
want
10.
another
Shortcut
shortcut,
select.
there
1.
is
Vertical list.
also
Open FNSM app. Vertical list. 2 of 26. Press to open the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app. L2 button.
So this
Previous
one would be
section.
the
R2
right
button. Launch
arrow.
photo mode. Vertical list. 3 of
if
26.
you want to
Press
play
to launch
around with
directly
photo
into
mode, which I've
L2
never
button.
played
Previous
with.
toggle camera gadget. Vertical list. 4 of
Normally
26.
you would
Open
swipe
slash
up on the
closes camera
touchpad,
gadget
but if
overlay.
you want to
L2
do
button.
that,
Previous section. Toggle contrast options. Vertical list. 5 of 26. Toggle contrast options in the accessibility section of the options menu. L2 button. Screen reader status. Vertical list.
That's
6.
what I
Game
did.
speed 70%. Vertical
there's
list.
this.
7. Game speed 50%. Game speed 30%. Yank and throw environment. Vertical list. 10 of
Oh, that's
26.
cool.
Hold L1 button. R1 button. Yank and throw small environmental objects. Large environmental objects are yanked down instead of thrown. L2 button. Previous section. R2
so
button.
that
Next
you
section.
can push the
Cross
right
button.
arrow
Select.
instead of
Circle
L1,
button.
R1
Back.
if
Throw
you
slash
wanted
yank
to.
slash disarm enemies. Vertical list. 11 of 26. Hold. Triangle button. Press to throw or yank distant enemies. Or disarm weapon wielding enemies. L2 button. Air launcher slash swing kick. Vertical list. 12 of 20. Finisher. Vertical list. 13. Charge jump. Vertical list. Zip to point. Vertical list. Toggle ability mode. Vertical list. 16 of 26. Hold L1 button.
What's this
Press
one?
to enter slash exit ability mode. The icon below appears when active. L2 button. Previous section.
Oh,
R2 button. Square button.
okay.
Ability. Vertical list. 7. Triangle button. Ability. Circle button. Ability. Cross button. Ability. Symbiote surge slash mega venom blast. Vertical
Oh,
list.
yep, you can
21
push the
of
right arrow for
26.
that.
Toggle gadget mode. Vertical list. 22.
And that.
Wet grabber. Vertical list.
And
20.
that.
Upshot.
Oh, yep,
Vertical
there's the
list.
gadgets.
Concussion burst. Ricochet. None. Vertical list. 1 of.
So that's
settings.
all the
Shortcut 2.
shortcuts you can
Vertical
have.
list. 10. Before you start.
So
all
let's
settings.
say you're
Vertical
done
list.
with
Apply
the
pre-order
settings.
bonuses. Vertical. New game. Vertical list 1 of 4. Start a new game. R1
And
button. Upgrade to digital deluxe.
there you go.
Cross button. Select.
Now,
Circle button.
what I will
Back.
do is I will kind of demonstrate some of those features. I also am doing a full playthrough of Spider-Man 2 here on my channel. I'm almost done with it as of the making of
Before
this
you
video.
start, new game. Select challenge
So I'm
level.
gonna get out of
select save
here
slot. New game.
and
Saved game.
go
Saved
to
game.
my-
1. Screen reader enabled. On. Saved game.
I'll
3.
go
Screen.
to this
Continue
one.
game.
Because I still have some stuff to do in here.
Uncle
Hold
Aaron's got
L2
a
button.
stash
Scan
here.
for prowler code. L2
Better
button.
find it.
Scan.
So this sound, not the clicking, not the beeping, but this is the POI audio indicator, and that lets me know how close or far away I am from my objective.
L2
So let
button.
me get out
Resume.
of here.
Menu. Photo mode. Control. Open settings.
Oh,
L2 button.
I just
Scan.
have to swing away. Okay.
Switch Spider-Man using the FNSM app to continue the main story.
So now, let's see. I open the app,
FNSM requests.
switch
Vertical
to
list.
Peter. There is a spider bot nearby.
Back into it.
So the way I grab these
L2 button. Prime
is I
reporter.
just
Assault.
kinda
L2 button.
listen.
Plus. R2 button. Zip to ground.
for where they are, and there's really no navigation assist for these. You have to use your ears and your abilities. But I will worry about that later. So this sound means, so I'm gonna push the left arrow key.
Health 100%. Focus 0. Abilities ready. All. Symbiote surge. Facing southwest. You are Peter.
So it's the main mission is marked because that's what's marked by default. So if I keep swinging, and it's kind of out of rhythm because I push it like
Cross button.
every few seconds. Now this
Cross
is another thing. The water, you can bounce
button.
over the water. There you go. You can't do that in the first game, and it sucks.
Cross button. Jump.
There's more water.
Cross button.
When it says jump, you
Cross button.
double push X twice.
Cross button. Cross button. Cross button. Prime reported. Tanker strike.
And there's a
Cross
crime. The only thing I don't
Cross
like
button.
about the crimes is that it doesn't tell you where on the map a crime is. So you hear how it's getting
0
faster?
of 4.
Gas
Fires
truck could
extinguished.
blow at any second.
Tanker strike. Crime 200. X. Resume. Settings. Settings. Gameplay. Vertical list 1. Gameplay settings. Friendly neighborhood. Settings.
So
settings.
if you switch your difficulty to friendly neighborhood,
Triangle button. Web strike takedown. Bonus objective. Swing kick
Hey!
enemies. 0
Has anyone
of
seen my
3.
gas
Triangle
truck?
button. Web strike takedown. Bonus objective. Swing
That
kick enemies.
sound
0
means
of
I got
3.
a focus
Triangle
bar.
bonus objective. Swing kick enemies. 1 of 3. Triangle button. Circle button. Finisher.
I'm doing
Bonus
my objective
Swing
right
kick
now.
enemies. 2 of 3. Triangle button. Circle button. Finisher. Bonus objective. Complete.
There
Swing
we
kick
go.
enemies.
Now I
Triangle
do
button. Circle
finisher.
button. Finisher. Triangle button. Circle button. Finisher. Triangle button. Circle button. Finisher.
And another finisher.
Gotta patch up that tanker fast.
So the reason I changed my difficulty to friendly neighborhood is because patching up these tankers
My webs can work as a sealant.
is a pain in the butt, and it's timed. So they let us.
1 of 4. Fires
Okay,
extinguished.
there's one. Two, possibly. Nope. me move. This is another example of when the music might be a good idea to turn down.
2 of 4 fires extinguished.
There's 2 of them. And I hear another one over here.
3 of 4
3.
fires extinguished.
Oh,
4 of tanker strike.
Got it.
Prime stopped. Reward 50.
That gas
tech pod.
truck's stable enough to get somewhere
390
safe for
XP.
unloading.
4 of
Thank you,
4 fires
long-lasting
extinguished.
webs.
and then it'll tell you district progress. Unless I missed it. I was busy listening to what Peter was saying. Sorry about that. So yeah, and then I just changed my
Resume.
difficulty
Vertical
back
list. Settings. Gameplay. Spectacular. 4
because
setting.
I don't need it on friendly neighborhood all the time. So it doesn't ensure that you don't fail everything, but when you have your difficulty on friendly neighborhood, you don't die, you don't fail symbiote nests, and you don't fail tanker strike crimes. I think that's all it was. But yeah, that is a little bit of an accessibility preview and how to set up the accessibility settings. If you have any more questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm always down to help, and I love this game, and I want other people to enjoy it as much as I do. Also, I did hear a complaint, well, not really a complaint, but like someone say that they keep running into people. That's normal. You're gonna run into pedestrians. It's honestly really funny the way they react. One time I ran into a lady trying to get a spider bot and she goes, "Nice, dude!" Their responses are very funny. It's also fun to just stand and listen to the pedestrians. But I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. Also feel free to follow me on Patreon. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.